Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. Commissioner of Police Colin John has expressed gratitude to all law-abiding citizens who continue to support the RSVG Police Force in its effort to make SVG a safer place. The Commissioner's comments came at the Toast of the Nation ceremony held on Independence Day at the Prime Minister's residence following the military and cultural parades. The Commissioner said there is an overall reduction in crime, with figures showing 3,359 reported cases thus far compared to 4,995 for the corresponding period last year. He said the RSVG Police Force will remain proactive with its crime-fighting strategies, and they will soon be engaged in the Carry Secure and the e-bus system, which he says will help to improve their crime-fighting capacity.
Since last year, we have had quite a few new initiatives. We are right now about to launch the Carry Secure project. This is a project where we would use data to analyze or increase the use of data to analyze the crime trends, so that we are able to place resources where they are needed. This project is supported and sponsored by the U.S. government under the U.S. Aid project. And Ambassador, I just want to say thanks to you and your government for your assistance in that regard. We are also supposed to be launching soon the e-bus project, where cameras would be placed in several areas around St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially the hotspots. This would help in the prevention and detection of crimes. And to the Taiwanese embassy, I just want to say thank you.
The RSVG Police Force has been a recipient of several gifts of equipment and training opportunities, and Commissioner John thanked the overseas-based ambassadors and friendly countries for their continued support to the organization.
So benefited from several training opportunities. We have also received several generous gifts, some through the assistance of our ambassadors overseas, Ambassadors Fitzhuggins and Howie Prince. I just want to use this forum to publicly thank them for their proactive approach and their proactive use of St. Vincent and the Grenadines foreign policy, so that we can benefit as an organization and as a country as a whole. We have also been the recipients of 8 brand new SUVs, and we are supposed to be receiving 2 motorcycles very soon, compliment the government of Taiwan. This is the sum of this donation is about 800,000 EC dollars, and I just want to say thanks once again to the Taiwanese embassy for that.
The police commissioner said while the RSVG Police Force recognizes the historic milestone of 40 years of independence, it also recognizes the important role the public plays in reducing crime.
40 is very much a good time for us to reevaluate ourselves, to reset the clock as regards the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force, to rejuvenate and to renew our mandate. As a Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force, I just want to thank the members of the public for their continued support that they're giving to us, so that you are helping us to be more proactive in the way we are doing things, and helping us to make St. Vincent and the Grenadines safe, and not only making it safe, but giving the perception that it is also a safe country.
The driver of the car that killed Cariel Wilshire, a 46-year-old teacher of Brighton, has been released from police custody pending further investigation. The driver has been identified as 30-year-old Mario Wilson of the Prospect Diamond area. He was taken into custody following the fatal accident in Harmony Hall last Saturday night. He was reportedly released yesterday and maintains that it was a freak accident. Family members of the deceased told SVG-TV News that they are not buying the driver's version of what transpired and want a thorough investigation to be carried out. According to initial reports, the teacher was crushed upon exiting the vehicle. She got a ride way to Harmony Hall, where she went to visit a friend. An autopsy was expected to be done on the body today to ascertain the cause of death. The deceased has one child who is studying in Canada. An extradition hearing will determine the return of two Vincentian nationals to Grenada after they were arrested last Friday in connection with a credit union robbery in Carriacou. The two suspects are on remand at Her Majesty's prisons. Grenada's Director of Public Prosecution, Christopher Nelson, said they are seeking the return of the two suspects and they expect an extradition hearing at the Magistrate Court in Kingston soon, though he admitted that the process could take some time. After the men were arrested last Friday, investigators from Grenada reportedly arrived here in SVG within hours to assist with identifying them. Police in Grenada had issued a wanted bulletin showing the face of the men and had notified regional and international law enforcement agencies of their alleged crime. The robbery occurred on October 11, 2019. Grenada police have already charged the driver of the getaway vehicle with conspiracy, and he is presently out on bail. In other news, adults and students alike can be affected by mental health issues, including suicidal thoughts, and counselors at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center continue to engage in activities to help give support to all members of society deal with these issues. Throughout this month, the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center has been engaged in a series of activities to raise awareness about mental health. The activities include a caravan to schools to educate both students and teachers on the signs they can look out for when a person is dealing with mental health issues and where they can get help. In an interview with SVG-TV News today, counselor at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, Alicia Matthews, said during their school visits, a number of students admitted of contemplating suicide and that the activity gave the counselors an opportunity to support these students.
There have been students that have admitted to contemplating suicide. We haven't had one as yet who stated full on that they were going to commit suicide, but we've had a good bit of students who stated that they have thought about it or they have engaged in some type of self-harm activity. We found that they were very receptive to the coping mechanisms that they could use, because we find a lot of children, a lot of people don't understand that coping mechanisms doesn't have to be something difficult. It can be found in something day to day that we find comfort in. So as simple as talking to somebody that makes you feel comfortable, engaging in an activity that you like. These are simple things that you can do when it comes to coping with suicidal ideation.
Many schools have counselors available to them. However, it has been reported that students often feel intimidated to talk to these counselors. In this regard, Matthews said the school visit allowed for students to develop a greater level of confidence to speak with counselors about some of the issues they are faced with.
Well, many schools already have counselors who can continue on with the education. Something that we do through the caravan is encouraging persons to speak to their teachers and of course speak to the counselors that work within the school, because we have a lot of students that, although it's there, sometimes they don't have the confidence confidence or the drive to speak to persons that are there at the institution. So that is an additional aim of the caravan, to make people feel comfortable speaking to the persons that are there, such as the counselors and teachers. And counselors can continue on what we started. In addition, if they feel like further information or further programs are needed, they can always reach out to the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center or the Ministry of Health asking for that assistance.
The counselor at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center said thus far the school visits have been successful and they are hoping to continue with the initiative as part of ongoing efforts to raise awareness about mental health.
So if a person is having suicidal ideation, you can go to the A&E. You can come to the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, you can go to the hospitals, you can go to your clinics. Reach out to persons that you know can be of help within the Ministry of Health. In addition, you can reach out to your pastors, your youth leaders, people within the church. Basically, it's reaching out to somebody who is in a position to give you or get you help, which is inclusive of counselors, social workers within the Ministry of Health and people out in the community as well. The caravan continues till the 11th of November 2019. If there are any schools or organizations that would like to be included in this caravan, they can feel free to reach out to the Ministry of Health with a letter or contact the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center and express your want to be included in the caravan.
In some news of politics now, Speaker of the House of Assembly Jomo Thomas said he is no longer a member of the ruling Unity Labour Party. He made the announcement at a press briefing yesterday where he also announced his intent to resign as a Speaker early in the new year and was stepping down as a ULP caretaker of the South Leeward constituency. Thomas, who was a member of the party for the past 6 years, deemed his relationship with the party as contentious.
I must tell you as well that earlier today I tendered my resignation as a member of the Unity Labour Party. This is a position that I held since in 2013, and all Vincentians who have paid close attention would know it was a rather contentious relationship. It was a relationship which was marked by accusations. It was a relationship which was marked by venomous and scurrilous statements about me and my practice and what I do and what I said. And I don't think that I can properly remain a member of the Unity Labour Party in that kind of atmosphere.
Thomas, who has been critical of the ruling administration, said his criticisms are principled.
Attention to me, know that I am an equal opportunity critic, but if people followed me, they would know that in 2005, I had been back in the country for 1 year, and I was an active supporter of Dougie Slater's candidacy in 2005. In 2010, I did very important work for the ULP, even though I had criticism. Because you see, my criticism is not personal. My criticism is principled, and I offer what the former Guyanese politician Shed Jagan called critical support. You are not going to get me to say my leader right or wrong, or my country right or wrong. I am going to look at what is happening. If I think that you're right on this point, I'm going to lift you to the heavens. If I think that you fall short, I'm going to respectfully say to you that you are falling short. Maybe our politics have not matured to that point. Maybe politics, no place in the world, has matured to that point. But that's in my blood. Like I said, I've been doing this since I was 14 years old.
Thomas said he believed his ideas to move SVG forward should be examined and not be met with resentment.
I believe that St. Vincent, like every other place, should be a marketplace of ideas, where ideas contend, and I believe that these ideas should be allowed to contend without wild, jaundiced, screwless torpedoes landed by persons who are powerful, persons who are masters of the state. So essentially, those are the statements I wanted to make.
The Everything Vinci Expo has been extended for another day and will conclude tomorrow evening. The main organizer of the expo, Invest SVG, said the extension is to give exhibitors the opportunity to take advantage of the arrival of the first cruise ship for the 2019-2020 season, which will dock at Port Kingstown tomorrow morning. As we hear in this report by Larissa Pugsley-Kidd, there will be a packed program at the expo site for visitors, exhibitors and patrons throughout the day tomorrow.
Vinci Expo 2019, which has been in progress for the past 6 days, has thus far been deemed a success, and the exhibitors will have an additional day tomorrow to showcase their products and services to more than 3,000 cruise passengers expected on the Azura, which will make the first call for the season to Port Kingstown tomorrow morning. The decision to extend the expo was made by the Ministry of Tourism, Invest SVG and other tourism stakeholders. Expo Development Officer of Invest SVG, Peter Edward, outlined plans for the final day tomorrow, Thursday, October 31st.
Because we are extending until tomorrow, we'll have more of the cultural groups coming and playing. We'll have a live band, but the cultural aspect of it, the drums and stuff like that, they will be in at the expo, you know, giving us a little cultural vibes, so that when the people comes in from the cruise ship, they can actually feel the Vincentian vibes. So we will be collaborating with the Ministry of Tourism to help us to make sure that this is in place in terms of the cultural bands, and we'll have a live entertainment and maybe some specials going on.
The Azura is bringing passengers from Europe who will get the opportunity to view a wide variety of Vincentian products and services in one location. Edward is excited that exhibitors will be able to capitalize on the initiative. Some exhibitors who we spoke with at the expo site today welcome the extension and say they are pleased with this year's expo.
If I would have some assistant, I would have go another couple of days. Yes, I'm looking forward for the next day.
For us, it's been a huge sort of catalyst because we get very excited about displaying the work to the public, because normally we don't have a shop as yet, which working on getting an outlet. So the interfacing with the public is such a great experience in terms of getting feedback. And
the idea is an excellent idea, because it is my belief as our tourist season continues, that or is about to commence, that our tourists would also get to see a lot of our products in a wider area than having to just go store by store.
One of the things we did is basically show people, and then the idea is to make people go, aha, and then they realize what's in it for them. What you actually presented to them is not just another item on the shelf, it's something that's actually going to benefit them in their life. Anywhere from homeowners to people that are setting up a new bar, it's really fantastic the response that we get, that we can help them with.
There are 144 exhibitors participating in this year's exposition, which include nightly entertainment activities that have been well supported.
It was a great experience, you know, to see all the boats and all the things that have been locally produced, you know, and most of them I didn't know of them, and I get to know just coming into the expo.
Some ornament down there that I've never saw from coconuts. You know, the dry coconut drop off the tree. People normally hucks them. They just decorate them and put some art on them. And
so you like that?
Yeah, that will light up your sitting room.
It's nice, it's beautiful. I did not see these last time I came here. But these are nice, they're really nice. And we have just come to look through. So we are enjoying ourselves.
This is the third year that Invest SVG is hosting the Everything Vinci exposition, and this year the activities coincided with the 40th Independence Anniversary celebrations. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Ariana Wiley last Friday night captured the GHS Miss Heritage title 2019 from a field of 7 contestants. The first runner-up position went to Rihanna Phillips and second runner-up Risha Telemark, who won Best Interview. Here is a snippet of the top performances in the judge categories.
Yes, my daughter of Yoruba, Princess Maguba, your people watch you in their dreams. They long to receive you, my daughter, where no white man can commit no slaughter.
VINCY, Vincy Mass, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean, the only festival where Isaac Hunt drink no soda and always only for the rum meeting. If you don't believe me, just ask Problem Child. Most excitingly, Vincy Mass has become synonymous with the tagline, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean.
You stated in your autobiography that you aspire to be a pilot. How would you respond to someone who insists that females should be flight attendants instead?
To that person who insists, I would tell them that I am different. That field was once male dominated, and I want to be a woman of empowerment, a woman that makes a change.
And Vincentian students in Taiwan did their part to commemorate SVG's 40th anniversary of independence with a series of activities at a cocktail reception held on Independence Day, Sunday, October 27th. SVG's ambassador to Taiwan, Her Excellency Andrea Bowman, told the gathering every Vincentian has the responsibility to ensure the viability of SVG's independence. Bowman, who is this country's first ambassador to Taiwan, thanked the government and people of Taiwan for their continuous interest and support towards SVG's development since the beginning of bilateral relations in 1981. In keeping with the theme of the 40th anniversary of independence renewal at 40, Ambassador Bowman further encouraged the students present to continue to strive for excellence. Sunday's reception and cocktail event marked the culmination of the week of activities hosted by Ambassador Bowman and the SVG mission in Taiwan in collaboration with the Vincentian student body present in Taiwan. The other activities held included a church service which heard addresses from this country's Minister of Health Luke Brown and Ambassador Bowman. On Wednesday, an exhibition was held to showcase different aspects of SVG's culture and products. On Saturday, October 26, embassy officials joined with Vincentian students and other well-wishers to ring in the 40th anniversary of independence with an official countdown at 12 p.m. Here are some highlights from the exhibition and cocktail reception held in Taiwan over the past week to celebrate SVG's 40th independence anniversary.
Cheers to you on your anniversary. You will be celebrating year 40. And still, you are beautiful, tranquil, and going mighty. Though at times the road is not easy, you keep fighting the odds peacefully, proven to be a tower of significant strength. Oh, Hairuna, SVG, I love you at length. From the mountain top to the valley floors, even to your black and white seashore. The plantain. Very nice and breadfruit.
And much more. The justice just for you.
I love you, St. Vincent.